The Club World Cup. It's been a very controversial tournament, but the actual play on the field has been exciting. We've seen low amount of spectators at some games, while other games have seen high attendances at the games. We've seen Juventus players at the White House. We've seen amazing support from the South American clubs to the North African clubs. But in today's video, we're going to talk about 5 things I learned from the Club World Cup match day 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you learn? Did you learn that maybe this tournament can do well? Do you think this tournament is still a farce? Because there's been so much talk about this tournament, mostly from the English media, talk about, oh my god, this is going to destroy the beautiful game. What is this tournament? Whereas other fans around the world are like, this is our opportunity to showcase our talents around the world, and the fans get to support it. But I just want to talk about in today's video the play on the field. So let's get into it. By no one's surprise, the Conmebol teams are here to play. And that shouldn't be a shock to people who follow Conmebol football. Okay, maybe the one surprise with all of these results is actually Boca, because Boca, the last couple of years have been a disaster. I mean, they are moving like the Game of Thrones last 2 seasons with the way they've been performing the last couple of years. But Conmebol teams are strong. I mean, specifically the Brazilian teams, the way they have just dominated the Copa Libertadores, and now they want to take their talents and showcase it against the European teams. Look at Palmeiras. Palmeiras should have won the game against Porto. Yeah, Botafogo in the second half weren't great against Seattle. You look at Flamengo, probably the most impressive performance from me against Esperance de Tunis or throughout this Club World Cup. River, I felt like they kind of struggled at times against Urawa Reds. So I think Conmebol teams are very strong. 6 games played, 0 losses. 3 wins, 3 draws. And again, I'll say it, I think Boca were the most impressive out of all of them because what the expectations were for Boca, especially outside of the Boca hemisphere, because they were probably deluded and thinking to themselves, yeah, we're going to beat Benfica. The way Boca have been playing, you lost to Alianza Lima. And you got knocked out by Independiente in the whatever tournament it's called in Argentina because it changes names every year. Like, the expectations, I think, for Boca heading into this tournament were very low. But they showed out, man. They should have won that game, but they completely lost their cool, I thought, in the second half. Overall, I think Conmebol teams are just so strong, and the support they get. Look at the support Palmeiras, Flamengo, Fluminense, and Boca got. The most disappointing fans for me, actually, were River fans. I know it's a very long distance to go to Seattle, but there was almost more fans from Japan than the River fans, so that was a little bit disappointing. But the play on the field is, I think one of these Conmebol teams will make it to the quarterfinal. Nobody should have the expectations that one of these Conmebol teams can win the whole tournament. There is no way about it. If somehow Palmeiras or Flamengo, for me, who are the 2 strongest teams from Conmebol, win the Club World Cup, I mean, that is simply amazing. And I'm happy that these teams are performing well because Conmebol, they deserve more respect. And for once, watching all of these teams play in the Copa Libertadores, how much shit they talk to each other and how much sort of animosity there is between the fans. It's almost like they're united in saying, oh, we want to take it to the European teams. But the next match day is going to be very difficult. Flamengo is going up against Chelsea. Boca, they're going up against Bayern Munich. So the tables can turn and Conmebol teams could look weak, but after match day 1, I think people are respecting Conmebol teams much more. I already knew this, but Reinders is going to be unbelievable for Manchester City. I mean, it's a steal what they got with this player. If Grealish, if Antony, if all these players, Declan Rice went for 100 million to Arsenal. Reinders, for me, people, I know you want to go crazy and saying, oh, Declan Rice did this and did that. I respect Declan Rice highly. Reinders, for me, is a better midfielder than Declan Rice. His passing ability and the way he just controls the midfield. Him and Rodri, for the next season for Manchester City in the midfield, it's going to be scary. Yesterday, he was on one man in the midfield against Wydad because there was Foden and Shirky up front. So Reinders had to control the entire midfield, which kind of hurt the balance, I think, for Manchester City at times. But Reinders is just going to be an unbelievable midfielder. I think he'll be one of the best signings this season across football. Good scouting. They realized Manchester City, they need a ball carrier in the midfield. Reinders is perfect for that. His passing, I think, is super, super underrated. His passing ability will hopefully unlock the likes of Doku and Savinho, Cherki, Foden, Haaland making runs in behind, or Marmoush, Aït-Nouri also making overlapping runs. I think Reinders is going to be an unbelievable. Reinders and Rodri with either Cherki or Foden in front of them. That might be one of the best midfields in the world, and Reinders is going to be one of the best signings for Manchester City, even though their January transfer window kind of looks shaky with like Nico Gonzalez, for example. Reinders, steal, man. The Unks still got it. That's what I'm going to call this segment. The Unks still got it. Thiago Silva and Sergio Ramos still doing it at their age. Thiago Silva, 40 years old. Sergio Ramos, 39 years old. One at Fluminense, the other at Monterrey. It's just beautiful to see these wonderful center backs who are world class in their prime. Obviously, right now, they're not world class at the moment, but the performances they put up against Inter and Dortmund, especially Thiago Silva, going up against a striker like Girassi and how informed he's been this season in the Bundesliga and the Champions League. He was the top goal scorer in the Champions League. To Sergio Ramos, what he did against Inter, who made the Champions League final. I know Inter side are a little bit derailing, but wow. I just love to see the experience. And yes, they don't have like the physical attributes anymore of like speed, but still, the football intelligence they both have, and Sergio Ramos getting the goal, absolutely having a Kodak moment on Bastoni where he just leaped like a salmon. I mean, Sergio Ramos, his physical levels are insane for being 39 years old. And Thiago Silva, I mean, this guy will go down as one of the best center backs in Brazil's history. I know he didn't win the World Cup and all that nonsense. There's something about Thiago Silva when he reads the game of football intelligence. It's just so marvelous to watch that young center backs. They need to watch these two. Sergio Ramos is a bit different to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is more of an elegant reading of the game player. Sergio Ramos gets into your head. Much more of a physical defender. But that's the beauty of center backs. You'll have a guy like Dino Huijsen who's unbelievable on the ball. Or then you have a Sergio Ramos who's also decent on the ball. But Ramos is like a pest, basically. And Thiago Silva, I just love these two center backs. And the way they performed, I thought in Matchday won of the Club World Cup. And deserve some respect for the way they played. All of the crap I saw about Inzaghi after that Champions League final and the end of the Serie A season, look what Inzaghi did in his first couple weeks with Al-Hilal. Al-Hilal absolutely bossed. Not Al Ain, not Al-Ettifaq or anybody like that. They bossed Real Madrid in that first half and should have probably been 2-0 up, 3-0 up if Salim Al-Dosari. I mean, this guy's such a frustrating player. He's so good on the ball, but he's so frustrating at the same time. Inzaghi played a 4-in-the-back formation. When have we ever seen that at Inter with Inzaghi? Inzaghi's coaching, tactics, the way he got... I know Al-Hilal have a very good team. You know, you have Ruben Neves, Milinkovic-Savic, Malcolm, obviously Salim Al-Dosari, Koulibaly, Renan Lodi. Like, there's so many good players for Al-Hilal. But Inzaghi had to coach them in less than 3 weeks. And he had to say, okay, I can't play my way of football where I've been very used to the last couple of years. Let me adapt to the players. And the way the players, just the combination plays they had, I thought, in certain times against Real Madrid was beautiful to watch. And they should have really won that game, judging by the first half. Obviously, the second half, Real Madrid, they made some adjustments and played well. But Inzaghi's coaching, I will always say this guy's a world-class manager. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't matter whether he's managing in Saudi Arabia. He is a world-class manager. Whether he stays there for 2 to 3 years, he'll still be up there. Then he can come back to Europe, maybe take the Italian job because they might miss another World Cup most likely, or take another top team in Europe. But Inzaghi, the disrespect I saw, oh, this guy is horrible. What is he doing? I just think his mindset into that Champions League final, he was gone. He saw the money, he saw the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia to coach Al-Hilal, and he got confused. And yeah, his tactics were confusing in the Champions League final, but he got some more respect back for the performance they put up against Real Madrid. And Al-Hilal, man, they could be making it to the round of 16, which would be a very good achievement. Obviously, they still got Pachuca and RB Salzburg in their group. But you got to respect Inzaghi for the limited time he had with Al-Hilal. Xabi Alonso had the same thing with Real Madrid. One team looked like they were coached to peak level. The other one were still confused on what they were doing. Inzaghi, fantastic job. And Al-Hilal, a great performance. And the last thing we learned is that Atleti needs signings ASAP. To get humiliated out in Pasadena near Hollywood. Hollywood would not write a script for this at the moment. Hollywood would be mocking Atleti right now if they were able to make a movie about this season. Until February, looking good. Late comebacks. Oh my God, look at Atleti, look at Griezmann, the way he's playing. Julian's doing fantastically well. And ever since that Real Madrid exit in the Champions League, it's been downhill since then. And you can tell that Atleti, they need signings. They need to sign Guti Romero ASAP. Give whatever money you need to Tottenham and sign the player. Atleti's defense is shambles and the quality is not good enough. I'm still seeing Galan at left back. Really? Come on now. Go get Andy Robertson. Yeah, okay, or Theo Hernandez. You have to pay the money, unfortunately, in today's football to be at the top level. If Atleti don't make the right signings this season, They'll finish way behind Real Madrid and Barcelona. They won't compete for the Champions League. Yes, they might win the Copa del Rey, but the aspirations with Diego Simeone and the money they spent for Julian and other players last summer is to win the La Liga, is to compete in the Champions League. But that defense, it will be their downfall. You can talk about tactics all you want, but defensively, as individuals, when it comes to quality, it's not there right now for Atleti, and they need to make signings. You can say what you want. Michael, it's a preseason friendly. Did PSG play like it was a preseason friendly? No. They just dominated the game and taught a lesson to Atleti footballing wise. But the one thing it screamed to me that I learned is Atleti needs signings. And I haven't seen any signings yet. Nothing. I only seen that Correa might be leaving to go to, I think it was Tigres. I haven't seen any incomings. I haven't seen Couto Romero. I've seen a link to Andy Robertson to Lucas Digne. If I see Atleti sign Lucas Digne, oh my god, this team are going to be struggling for the next couple of years. So, Atleti, they need to get some signings. You can blame the Heat all you want. Oh, Lorente talking about my toes were burning. Yeah, your toes were burning because you were ass cheeks in the game. How about play some football and actually defend well instead of complaining? That's what Atleti are doing right now. They're trying to look for a way out because of their poor play. Whereas they should take accountability and say, all right, we need to now make signings in the summer transfer window. Otherwise, we're going to fall behind. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, people, of the Club World Cup so far. It's only been match day 1. Obviously, the tournament will keep on heating up. We got some exciting games coming up on match day 2. Obviously, I'm not extensively covering the tournament this time around. I'm saving my energy for the AFCON later this year and the World Cup next summer. So recharging the batteries for this summer, but we'll still a little bit do some content on the Club World Cup, mostly talking about teams outside of Europe, because that for me is what I'm most excited about with this tournament. Remember to hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Remember to follow me on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, join the Discord, and also I'll be making some Patreon content very soon. So if you want to join the Patreon and support the channel, a link to that is also in the description down below. But have a beautiful day, stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time, adios.